Good morning, dear students. Today we shall learn the topic allomorphs. Now that you have learned morphemes, you should also know what it is meant by an allomorph. So I want you to recall the lessons on phonemes and allophones. If you can understand that one, then this topic is very simple. Take the case of the phoneme p. We learned that two different pronunciations are possible for the phoneme p. Two different articulations or phonetic realizations are possible for the phoneme p. Aspirated h and unaspirated p. We call them allophones of p. And we have clear l and dark l. These are the two variants of the phoneme l. L as in lunch and L as in girl. So these are L and L. These are two variant forms of the phoneme L. We call these variant forms of the phoneme as allophones of L. So one phoneme may have variant forms. We call such variant forms of the same phoneme allophones of that phoneme. Similarly, in morphology, we learned what morphemes are. There may be different types of morphemes. But are these morphemes always uttered or articulated, or to be very precise, phonetically realized in the same way? So the articulation or the uttering or the pronunciation is called the phonetic realization of a morpheme. So is it always alike? It is not so. A morpheme can be phonetically realized, which means a morpheme can be uttered in more than one form. So these variant forms of a morpheme are called allomorphs. These variant phonetic realizations of the same morpheme. So such variant forms are called allomorphs. And there are clear definitions regarding when this particular variant occurs, when the other particular variant of the morpheme occurs. So they appear in clearly definable environments, which means you can be very sure about the context where one particular allomorph of a morpheme occurs. So that is why it is said that an allomorph is a variant phonetic realization of a morpheme which occurs in a clearly defined environment. There are different types of allomorphs. Okay, plural allomorphs, past tense allomorphs, possessive allomorphs, and portmanteau allomorphs. So I hope you have understood. An allomorph is the concrete variant of a particular morpheme. It may be pronounced slightly different, in a slightly different manner, depending upon the phonetic environment in which it appears, depending upon the adjacent sounds. ഏത് ശബ്ദമാണോ അപ്പുറയും ഇപ്പുറയും ഉള്ളത് എന്ന്, അതായത് ഏത് ഫൊനറ്റിക് എൻവയൺമെൻറ്റിലാണോ ആ പർട്ടിക്കുലർ മോർഫീം ഒക്കർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, അത് ആ ഒരു ഫൊനറ്റിക് എൻവയൺമെൻറ്റിനെ ഡിപ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്തായിരിക്കും ആ മോർഫീം എങ്ങനെ ഉച്ചരിക്കണമെന്ന് നമ്മൾ തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത്. അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് കൃത്യമായ ചില റൂൾസ് ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ക്ലിയർലി ഡിഫൈൻഡ് എൻവയൺമെൻറ്റ്സിലാണ് ഓരോ ആലമോർഫ്സും ഒക്കർ ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഒരേ മോർഫീമിന് തന്നെ ഒന്നിലധികം രൂപങ്ങൾ, ഫോംസ് ഉണ്ടാവാം, ഒന്നിലധികം തരത്തിൽ അത് അട്ടർ ചെയ്യപ്പെടാം. ഒരേ മോർഫീം ഒന്നിലധികം തരത്തിൽ പ്രൊനൗൺസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെടാം. ആ പലവിധമുള്ള ആ പ്രൊനൗൺസിയേഷൻ, ആ പലവിധമുള്ള ഒരേ മോർഫീമിൻ്റെ പല തരത്തിലുള്ള ഫൊനറ്റിക് റിയലൈസേഷൻസിനെല്ലാം നമ്മൾ ആലമോർഫ്സ് ഓഫ് ദ സെയിം മോർഫീം എന്നാണ് പറയാറുള്ളത്. I hope it's clear to you. Okay. So there are 4 types of allomorphs: plural allomorphs, past tense allomorphs, possessive allomorphs and portmanteau allomorphs. So in the next small video, I'll be describing what is meant by a plural allomorph and which are the phonetic environments when the plural allomorph can be used. Thank you.